Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Shadow Granbull in the Ultra League. Let's go. Yes, this was quite the investment. Is it something you want to do? I wouldn't recommend it unless you got some crazy amount of resources you don't really care about. As you can see here, 500,000 Stardust about. Okay, it's going to be requiring quite a bit of XL candies, as you can see as well. 126. So let's go. But as you also may have noticed, we have a ton of those XL candies. Very good. So no problem. What I was concerned about was powering this up and then encountering another Shadow Snubbull up against a Grunt that had more ideal IV. So what I'm going to do, the game plan is to just not even battle any more Grunts if they have a Fairy type, because I don't even want to know what I'm missing out on. So here we go. We're sitting at $24.99, folks. That is a lot of investment. So we're going to be matching it up with Obstagoon, XL Talonflame, Empoleon with a very good rank. It's like maybe 4 or 5 or 3. And a Shadow Machamp. We're going to be switching up that Machamp here in a bit, as well as the Empoleon. I think it's going to be switched up too. We're going to switch it up for Talonflame and just have a little fun here. Now, we did lower our score big time because of the occurring glitches that have been happening. I was stubborn and kept going, and I just said, well, we're just going to keep losing. I don't even care. And that's where we're at here. So sorry to the ace trainers, but I'm going to tell you, I mean, it's not like they're not good. You know, the way I think of it is, okay, you're an ace. That doesn't mean that, oh, you're not a good player. Some people just don't have the time to do all the Go Battle League battles every single day. And if they did, they would probably be legends. So that's where I stand here. Anyways, let's get into it, folks, up against a Cresselia. So Future Sight, you know, it's resisted, but still doing quite a bit of damage. Swapping into our Granbull here. Now, that Altaria is loaded up, but our Charm is going to be doing a ton of damage to that XL Altaria. And this Sky Attack is going to go through, or it could be a Moonblast, and that is a Moonblast. Still able to hold it down. Thank you, Granbull. We have no more shields. They have no more. Bringing in that Cresselia, and we're able to get to the crunch, and this will KO. Looking good, folks. Now, if that close combat is able to connect to something that is super effective too, or at least doing neutral damage, oh boy, it's going to also be doing a ton. Next battle, we're met with a Shadow Caesar. Okay, so technically this is good that we are seeing it in the front here. Empoleon has no problem going up against this. And it does have Fury Cutter. It could have Iron Head, which would be a bit of a problem for the Granbull. Super effective. And it does have Iron Head doing a ton of damage to our Machamp, in which they're going to be swapping into their Talonflame to catch this Cross Chop. And very nice, we're going to go ahead and swap into our Empoleon, and we're looking good. Still sitting on 2 shields. And we're going to let that first charge move go through. No problem at all. And they're just going for that Flame Charge, of course. No need to go for a Sky Attack there, obviously, unless they wanted me to take them out faster. But they're using their shield, so very interesting. And they're not able to get to another charge move. So they are 0 shields, bringing in a Snorlax here. And we're just going to go ahead and work this thing. Going for the Hydro Cannon. Still sitting on 2 shields here. And we're going to let this Empoleon go down, obviously. There's no need to shield it up. I mean, we could and go for another Hydro, but it's not worth it. We're just going to bring in the Machamp, do a few counters, and then swap into our Granbull and just charm away here. I do believe I shield this up just because, even though we would be able to survive it, they do have that Caesar in the back, which I completely forgot about. I think I actually stopped tapping the screen for just a second, like I usually do when I'm spacing out. Let's go on to our next battle. We're met with a Giratina. This is not great at all. Now, I kind of wanted them to think that I had payback, so I could maybe get a shield out of them. Rock Slide's still going to be doing good damage, but we're a Shadow Machamp versus a Giratina. Okay, the counters are resisted, and, well, Giratina is just a tank. So this is an all-around bad situation for me. If we swap into our Granbull, they're going to be swapping in more than likely some sort of a steel counter, or maybe even a fire. And if we go into Empoleon, and it's not a great matchup. We just melted that thing out of existence. And there you go. There's their counter. It is another Caesar with Bullet Punch. Go figure, I'm running into Caesars. You know, maybe it's because of the lower rank, but honestly, I don't really see those too often. But when I start using a Fairy type, they're just everywhere. Very awesome. Yeah, we know why. Anyways, bringing in that Empoleon here with a nice resistance with that Bullet Punch. Going for a Night Slash for neutral damage. That's fine. They're going to be able to sneak another one in here. A little annoying, but that's okay. We'll just have to take that chip damage and just hold on to our shield. They're swapping and locking and bringing in a Togekiss. So we're going to go ahead and go for that Hydro Cannon here. And go for another one. It's looking pretty close. I figured I was going to win this, but it's going to be down to the wire here. And they're taking us out. We have a shield left, which is what's going to carry us. We farm them down, and oh, they take us out. Unfortunately, with that Bullet Punch Caesar. So close game, but no cigar. Next battle, we're met with another Shadow Machamp. So I'm going to give you a little tip. Farm a little extra when they throw, so you're going to be able to sneak in an extra counter there and be ahead. But they're going to be catching with their Gengar. That is a well-played situation there. Very nice to this trainer. If you're watching, well done. And we're just going to go ahead and let that one first go through. I figure it was going to be maybe a Shadow Ball even, but it was a Shadow Punch, so that's fine. And they're letting their Gengar go down with energy, and very curious. Pretty much just going to bring in their Machamp and farm us down, so they're in a really good position with a bunch of energy on their Machamp because they didn't initially throw. So, oh boy, I think I'm going to have to let this rocks... that's a Rock Slide. That's annoying. And they have a Berserker, so we're going to go ahead and swap into our Machamp. We still have a chance to win this here. They go for close combat, which is... yeah, that's wouldn't be something you would want to go for, a foul play. Didn't think I could farm down, so I just go ahead and throw this here. Don't hit all the bubbles. They are going to be shielding it up, and we're able to actually take them out. Beautiful. In comes their Machamp, and we're going to be throwing this. So it's getting pretty close. They're going to have to use their shield here. Beautiful. It's not like we need their shield to be down. What I'm more concerned about is their double cross chop that they have ready. And the charm that we just snuck in here. All right, beautiful. It was able to take them out because they did have 2 cross chops and it would have taken us out there. So good game. Moving on to our next opponent. We're met with a Melmetal. Okay. Whoa. Niantic, hello. I thought you said the Melmetal was broken. Okay. Who knows? You guys, I'm not going to get all stuck up on that stuff because we talked about it and went pretty hard on the roasting for the past couple of videos. So we're just going to just drift away from all that. But Melmetal is still here? Thought they said it was gone. So they're swapping into a Swampert and going for Earthquake. Very nice, but we called it. So thank goodness that we did that. Otherwise, we would have been KO'd. So we're going to be able to get a shield from them. And we have to call... oh, I was going to say we're going to have to call this if this is an Earthquake or not. But they are... oh, they're going to shield up. Okay, that's fine. So what's the plan here? They got 2 Hydro Cannons. We're going to go ahead and let this go through. And it is one. Beautiful. They're not going to be able to quite get to an Earthquake, I don't think. All right, they swap. They try to maybe catch a Hydro. That we're just going to instantly throw here. And was that a Mew in the back? Oh, it's a Muck. Okay, Mew Muck. Okay, the words were a little same. Like I said, I need to start wearing my glasses. And bringing in the Granbull. And we're just going to Charm because, yeah, it is part Poison type, the Alolan Muck, but it is also dark and it is taking quite a bit of damage. In comes the Swampert here and expecting a Hydra. Oh, an Earthquake. Okay, it's just going to one-shot us and use all their energy. Sounds good to me. Bringing in Machamp and countering down. Taking the win. I wonder what they're thinking when they're running into me. This legend has fallen far from grace, that's for sure. So we're met with a Cresselia Confusion. They're going to be swapping into a Lucario, and we're going to go ahead and bring in that Talonflame. We're going to shield this up because it's probably a Shadow Ball. Yep, there it is. So at this point, we're simply going to farm down. We are down a shield, but we are up on energy for the Talonflame. Bringing in that Cresselia. Must have something back there weak to Talonflame. We're going to go ahead and throw that Flame Charge here. And throw another one. Could have went for Brave Bird, but we're just going to hold off on that for now. And see if we can get a shield, but they do not want to give one up, unfortunately for us. And I'm going to let this go, hoping it's a Grass Knot. Beautiful. And we're able to get to another Flame Charge here. Very curious if they let this go through. I think they do. Okay, so... oh, it is a Togekiss. Alright, so I see what they were doing here. They were pretty much trying to wither down our Talonflame, get rid of it because of the Togekiss. But guess what? I have my own Charm User in the back too. So bring it on. Let's go. This is going to be incredible. They're not even going to have a chance to use their shield. So, charming down that Togekiss. Let's go. On to the next opponent. Obstagoon lead. We're met with another Melmetal here. Okay. And it's staying still. But here's the thing. Yeah, it was staying still. But they were still gaining energy. You're going to see that happens and they still throw. So there's all kinds of visual glitches. It's a lot of fun, guys. Like I said, I'm not going to try to talk about it. So they're just going to build up to one superpower and then retreat. So... okay, we're going to go ahead and bring in our Talonflame here. Up against this Charizard. And just go for the Flame Charge. We don't really want to lower our defense quite yet. We're going to let this go through. We don't want to use our last shield. It is a Blast Burn. And we're going to go ahead and go for another Flame Charge. Let's see if they want to use a shield. And they do. Okay, great. They should be able to get to a Dragon Claw. And at this point, I'm thinking, maybe I want to shield this up and farm down. Let's go ahead and do that. So there's the Dragon Claw. We use our last shield. Swapping into a Melmetal. We're going to go ahead and hit that Flame Charge immediately here on that thing. And letting it go through. Very curious. Oh, Lapras. All right. So we're going to bring in our Obstagoon here. We have no shield, so we better get on top of this ASAP before that thing really starts building up energy. They're using their last shield, and keep in mind we still have the Granbull Shadow in the back, so that's still going to be putting in some work. And we're going to go for Cross Chop. It's going to be doing super effective damage. I almost feel like Night Slash is almost as equal sometimes in some situations up against some Pokemon that are taking super effective from fighting and neutral from dark. But we're just going to play it like that. Swapping into Charizard here. Okay, so bringing in the Charm, taking out the Charizard instantly. In comes Lapras, and they're like, okay, what the heck is that Shadow Charmer? I don't want anything to do with that. Bye. Good game. On to our next opponent here. And we're going to be met with a Berserker. Okay, I like this lead a lot, but at the same time, they're gonna be in a pretty okay position as well, I suppose, because of the close combat. If they build up to 2 of those, well, it's not going to be too good for me, but they're going to be kind of forced to use their shield, so it's a lot better situation for me here. Obviously going to be shielding up this close combat, getting ready for a swap, and it is an Ampharos. Going to go ahead and throw the Cross Chop. I don't know why I did that, I'll be honest. I think, oh, the Electivire. Okay, Shadow. So we're going to go ahead and throw that, stuck, then swap into our Granbull, let this go through. Wild Charge is going to KO. Sorry, I just had to do it. I had to hold on to that shield. The Electric type is out here, which is going to be really effective up against our Talonflame. So we're going to go ahead and bring that in. And they have a Giratina in the back. So the game plan is to just, you know what? I screwed up. I shouldn't have went for Brave Bird so quickly. But they let it go through, so I guess it's not the worst situation. And yeah, I guess. Let's see if we can get a shield out of them. Really looking at that switch clock. And we can swap now. Beautiful. They're swapping instantly, too. They did build up energy on that Giratina. We have to keep that in mind. We have to shield this close combat. There's no way. Now we farm down since they lowered their defense. Absolutely beautiful. And now we're looking like we should be able to win this here. Going to go ahead and go for the first Night Slash on that Giratina. And this is a hard GG's here. They're going to be getting off their last charge move with their 1 HP, Dragon Claw, and counter down the Giratina and taking the win. Let's get it. On to our next opponent, folks. I really like this Obstagoon, Talonflame, and Granbull Shadow team. It's really fun to use. It's nothing to help you. I mean, it could help you climb for sure. But at this point, what's happened in the past couple of days, and since I hit the legend and all that stuff, we're just having some fun. All right. I don't care if I drop down to 1900. To be honest with you, it'd be kind of funny. But yeah. Anyways, up against the Lapras here, we're gonna go ahead and let that Surf go through, and then swap into our Granbull to kind of charm this thing down. Gonna go ahead and let this Surf go through as well. We don't really want to use our shields here. And fantastic. All right. So we built up some energy here. They're gonna be coming back in with the Mew, and we're gonna let this Crunch go through. I don't know if they just didn't respect the Crunch or they didn't know, but wow. Okay. They're a seasoned legend. They've been legend before. I can see that outfit over there. So like I described, just because they're not legend or they're a lower rank means that they just probably didn't have time to go hard and go Battle League and do all of their battles. Simple as that. Keep that in mind always. Anyways, we're met with our next opponent, and good game to that last guy or gal. And we're met with a Melodic. This is kind of put a smile on my face. I was like, okay, I'll take it. Take it or leave it. So very interesting. Surf is going to tack on some nice damage while that Waterfall is starting to add up. Melodic is a somewhat thick Pokemon here. Really hoping to get the boost some point in time. But I don't think that is going to happen. Of course it's not. We're getting a shield out of them. We're still holding on to 1 shield ourselves. And I do believe we would want to shield this up here to see if we can come out on top. Seeing that we're going to be able to spam these a little faster. If they want to double shield that Melodic, great. We're going to be looking like a sweet time with the Talonflame or potentially the Granbull. I mean, the Granbull is putting into work with the quick move. We don't really need to worry about the shields. The Talonflame, though, when shields are down, it's time to go to town. So they're getting off that Surf before they do go down. Bringing in a Lapras here, and I will shield up the Granbull, and just cross my fingers that they don't do some super clutch swap to catch the close combat with the Ghost. All right, beautiful. We're going to be able to take them out, and just hope that Talonflame is going to be able to handle what's in the back. More than likely, you can. Oh, Cresselia? Oh, yeah. We're good to go here. But there, it does get a little close. I do a few over taps and kind of mess myself up. Absolutely don't go for that Brave Bird. I mean, what's the point? You're going to be dropping your defense, and that would have basically KO'd. So we're just going to continue on here. Get to this Brave Bird. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking, come on. Come on. Okay, it's a Grass Knot. There's no way. And we overfarm. I would say it almost through my phone, but a little annoying. We're able to take out that Cresselia there with a sloppy ending on my end. Okay, on to our next opponent. We're met with a Swampert Shadow. So, okay, technically for this one, I kind of want to use 2 shields. I kind of maybe would want to because Shadow Swampert is extremely annoying and it hits very hard. Squishy, but it will give me some trouble with the Talonflame and potentially the Granbull. So Obstagoon, you're holding down the line, my man. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and shield up that Hydro Cannon while they haven't shielded anything. More than likely they'll shield this one up here, waiting for that boost, but it's getting low, so it's time to shield, and there they go. And we're getting to our Night Slash. I do believe I double shield this here. Yep. Now, I think they have almost 2 Hydros, but then it's not going to allow them to hit 2 charge moves at the same time. Alright, no, never mind. They're going to let it go down. Holding onto a shield, bringing in a Lapras. Going to go ahead and go for the Cross Chop, putting on that damage. They probably will farm us down here. Actually, nah, they can't farm us down. We'll get to another Cross Chop. They're going to have to be throwing their energy here, which is perfect for us. And bring in the Granbull, obviously. We're going to farm down. They have 1 shield left, which could be problematic. But as soon as we get this Lapras out of the way, and that Swampert out of the way, which is already gone, I'm assuming the Talonflame is going to love the ending. Oh, nope. Wow, very interesting team here. Fire does not want to see it whatsoever. Going for a crunch, and look at the Granbull's damage, just melting the Giratina into oblivion. With that damage, we're going to be able to go in here with Talonflame, hit the Brave Bird, and take the win. Pretty crazy stuff. This Shadow Charm nonsense is getting a little crazy, guys. Alright, so there we go, taking the win. Let's see what we're going to be met with for our next battle, and it is going to be a Swampert again. Okay, this is fine, I guess. This is a normal one this time. A little bit tankier, less damage. It's almost like the kind of the same situation, that trade-off there. So getting off that Night Slash, no boost, of course, you know. Okay, and we're letting this go through it. Earthquake, I was expecting. That's a very sneaky way to pull off a little bit more damage instead of a Hydro Cannon, because most people were expecting the Hydro Cannon to go through. They're going to let it go. They're like, you know, I could take this. So they just go for Earthquake, doing that much more damage. Nice. But we're able to still win it. They didn't use a shield, granted, though. In comes a Togekiss. Yeah, I know. I go for Cross Chop. Who cares? Whatever. Doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, so we're going down. In comes Talonflame, and we're looking just perfect. Ancient Power is going to hurt. They're retreating with energy, bringing in a Granbull, and here we go. Here's our first clean-cut example, just straight up against Giratina with the Granbull. Look at this meltage. It boosted itself, and we're still It got the boost from Ancient Power. Okay, do I need to say any more? Granbull, it is amazing. But we didn't have to say that. We're going to go straight for the close combat here. Granbull putting in the work for me. Thank you very much, buddy. Getting that last shield. Excelente. Now, we're in a bit of a pickle. They're going to go for Ancient Power, which is going to hurt. But I don't know what I'm talking about. We're looking perfectly fine. They're not going to be able to get to another Ancient Power. While the charms are resisted, we'll get to another Flame Charge. So long as they don't get that boost. Okay, perfect. And we're able to get to another one here and sweeping it up. Well, it wasn't exactly a sweep. It was a good game for sure. They got a close battle going on there. On to our next opponent. We're met with a Togekiss. Oh, yeah, okay, horrible. Swapping into Granbull here, and they're going to be going into Swampert. Man, this thing is everywhere. So we're going to go ahead and shield up this first Hydro Cannon since we're just absolutely tacking on the damage. Look at that. It is incredible. Shadow Granbull is just disgusting. Now, Snarl, ooh, that'll be interesting. Charging those moves really fast. Bringing back that Togekiss here. And that is perfect. We are down a shield, and I do believe we're going to be getting another Ancient Power to the face with our Talonflame, but we can still take it because Ancient Power is a horrible move, and it's not getting stabbed. But it's still doing quite a bit over there. They're swapping into a Mew, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Obstagoon here. Very nice shiny Mew in the Ultra League. Open, and getting off that Night Slash. Very nice. And I think I'm going to easily let this go through. Absolutely. They're still holding on to 2 shields, wondering when they're going to use those over there. I think maybe the Charm Granbull kind of threw them off because it really just eats into your Pokemon and there's nothing you can do about it because you can't shield quick moves, right? So we're going to go ahead and go for another Night Slash. They're using their second shield. Okay. And we're able to get to another Night Slash, but they swapped to catch. Very nice. Now, keep in mind that Mew may have Wild Charge, so it has 2 ready to go. And that is very problematic. But in comes the Mew, and let's have a little fun here. We're going to go ahead and let this Flame Charge go through. In comes our Talonflame. We're just going to take them out because, well, they have no more shields. And, yeah, good game. Alrighty, on to our next opponent. Let's see what we're going to be met with. It is going to be another Obstagoon. So here's exactly what I was talking about. You'll see me do an extra counter. They'll get off their charge, and there's that extra counter. Now we are ahead. But here's the thing. When you throw yours, they'll get another one in too, so it evens out. See, there you go. So it's almost best to just build up to 2 cross chops, okay? Sometimes. depending on how comfortable you feel. So there you go. I don't know if I have more attack than they do. Technically, we don't know. We're getting 2 shields out of them, and at this point I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to let this Obstagoon go down. Go ahead. I'm going to come in here and farm down with Talonflame. So the reason why I didn't go with Granbull is because we wouldn't gotten too much farm, and they have a counter to me in the back. So I figure it's time to start building up the energy on the Talonflame as opposed to the energy on the Granbull, right? So they're bringing in a Cresselia. We're getting off the Brave Bird and then bringing in the Granbull here. And I do believe we'll shield up this Moonblast because we may be able to charm down. Come on, Granbull, you can do it. Oh, so stinking close. But here's the thing. We will be able to come out of this with energy. It's a Grass Knot. Beautiful. And their shields are down. A charge move from a Shadow Granbull is going to hurt you a lot. It is a Scizor. Let's go. Let's see this damage. Let's see it. Oh, yeah. Almost one-shotting it. And the charm just doing a ton of damage to that steel type. Bringing in the Talonflame. They're not going to be able to KO me here. Night Slash. Down they go. But they still have energy. Oh, nope. They're not able to get to it. We're going to be able to take them out with the Flame Charge here. And good game. All right, let's keep it going with the Shadow Charm Granbull. Absolutely disgusting. Next opponent, we're met with a Swampert, man. Okay, here we go, Swampert. So we're just going to go ahead and go for the Night Slash and hopefully get the boost and hold it down here. If they go for Earthquake, we don't care. That's fine. The thing is, we just want to get that thing out of here. If we swap, they'll just have this Swampert in the back and it'll maybe somehow get lined up with our Talonflame. So the best thing to do here is just hold the line and take it out, even if it's going to cost us a couple of shields or maybe even a shield. And if we don't win the matchup, as long as we bring it low enough for us to take him out, but we got the boost, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to shield up the Obstagoon, and you're going to see this thing is going to go on an absolute rampage here. And going for another Night Slash. We're looking so good. Getting that shield, I think we can farm him down. Yes, it happened. All right, beautiful. And they have another Obstagoon themselves, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Cross Chop with a boost. You're going to see this crazy sweep. Okay, Obstagoon's on fire, and they back... good game. On to our next... Sorry, Aces. We're met with a Talonflame, so... Yeah, we've been on the other end many times. It's really, it's not great for the Obstagoon. It's not too horrible, so we're going to go ahead and swap and try to catch a Flame Charge. Let's see. Oh, Flame Charge it is. Beautiful. They're staying here, and I'm assuming they're going to build up that energy, and now it's all ready to go for later on, and it's going to be a nightmare. I can guarantee you that. So they're bringing in the Giratina. This is fine. We're going to go ahead and just hit Brave Bird, building up to almost 2. And I think I may want to shield... Oh, no, wow. Okay. Okay. So what, we would just go Granbull? Yeah, okay. Granbull and just absorb all of these charge moves. Very curious here. All right. Ancient Power. Down they go. Just melt them away like butter on a hot pan or something. And in comes the Cresselia. So they still have 2 shields. We don't charge energy the most. So this is going to get a little tricky. Going to go ahead and shield up that Moonblast, so we can try to get some shields out of, or a shield out of them here. And there it is. And we're going to go ahead and swap into our Obstagoon and start really putting on the pressure here. Having a resistance to that Psychic is very nice. Psycho Cut. But the Moonblast is going to annihilate us, unfortunately. But it's not going to have stab from the Cresselia. And there it is. No attack debuff. They're bringing in Talonflame, going for another Night Slash here. So this is getting very close. Folks, I do believe this is a crazy battle. This one is going to be insane. It's down to the wire here. Going for Brave Bird. We're holding on to it. Look at the health. Obstagoon is putting in work. Like, the entire time I used it. We're swapping to preserve it for whatever stinking reason. If I knew they were going to throw another, I would have stayed there, to be honest. We take them down. Watch this. Psychic does so little, or I keep calling it Psychic. Psychic types. Psycho Cut. We're able to survive and counter down and have a double KO. What? I'm happy with that. To be honest, it would have been quite incredible if we won that, but the fact that I was able to even get a double KO is just pretty awesome. So we're swapping Horrible Lead, and they are swapping into a Suicune here for our next battle. If you're wondering, well, they're staying still, they were gaining energy. The game's all whacked out. I think they may have been at a bit of a disadvantage, but let the truth be known, right? So this is what happens when you run into lag, unfortunately, if that was the case. So anyways, getting off another Brave Bird here. We're just going to be going Brave Bird all day here. And we're going to let this go through, knowing that Bubble's not going to KO. and getting to another Brave Bird. Boy, we're going to get all the shields right now. Let's get it. And KO the Suicune. They didn't want to shield it up. Bringing in the Machamp to farm us down. Very nice play. And we're going to bring in that Granbull. They're instantly swapping into their Cresselia, and we're bringing in the Obstagoon. Now, we're not in the clear yet, but we're looking pretty stinking good because we have 2 shields, right? Now, I wanted to leave this battle in here because I want it to be seen that the servers are still screwed up completely and utterly. I'm wondering if they're trying to get off their charge move, or maybe their quick moves were going through. We just couldn't see it. Whatever the case may be, I do believe they eventually close out their app, and it's all bad here. And here we go. Yeah, this is your Go Battle League for you. But like I said, we don't know right now if this is actually lag or they close out their app. So, this game. To be fair, this was the only laggy battle I had today, and it is not putting me at a disadvantage. That's not making it okay, but it's still horrible. So there you go. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care, trainers.
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my soul.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!